Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. It is mail call time from Russia. It is my very first package from Russia from a man named Mikhail. I think you guys are familiar with this name, not just in the knife world but in the spinner world as well, because Mikhail is the guy behind CKF. Well, I can't say that he's the man behind CKF because CKF is a group of people, but at least he's someone with a stronger online presence in the spinner community as compared to the other members of CKF. So you guys are familiar with CKF, they are the people who manufacture the PSYK line of spinners, but this, guys, this is not a spinner, this is a knife. You have already read the video title. I'm really excited about this. I know this is more high-end, I know this is more expensive, but it is something that I am really looking forward to and I'm really excited about it, so I just wanted to share this experience with you guys. Let's crack this package open and let's talk about it. There are a bunch of extra stuff here that looks like part of the hardware that would make up the knife. And the knife that I'm talking about is the TERRA, a collaboration between CKF and Snecx Tan of Malaysia. So this is actually pretty interesting. I don't know what to make of this. And this looks like a piece of chocolate. If I'm not wrong, this really is chocolate. You could see the gold foil wrapping. There's something here that looks to be I'm gonna guess it's a pivot pin. And then we have some other pins here. These look like T6 screws. I thought that this knife would not have any screws at all. And then this looks like a pocket clip. Got a nice CKF sticker with a very beautiful vine kind of motif in the back and two knives across. From Russia with knives, because that's the website that I got it off. And I have this, which is the knife pouch. Very spongy. Velcro opening. Nicely lined with some felt inside. And first of all, this looks like a COA. TERRA Knife, serial number 5, August 2018. The handle is titanium. The one that I bought is titanium. There are options for zirconium, carbon fiber or Damascus, but I bought titanium. M390 steel, designer Snecx Tan. This is the first time I'm actually seeing a CKF COA. Let's take this out. Looks like a cleaning cloth and the knife. Oh wow, so what? I get 2 sets of hardware? That's cool. It's even got the ball bearings, the caged ball bearings and the washers as well. Wow, oh goodness. Wow, I'm sorry guys, I'm at a loss for words right now, but this is beautiful. This is way better looking than I expected. Okay, I'm just gonna put this aside here. I first fell in love with Snecx designs because my buddy Yongqiang lent me the other CKF and Snecx collaboration, which is the PSYK S fidget spinner. But this after seeing the IFS 20 and of course seeing reviews of the Buster knife made by Snecx, you know, reviews by Dr. Frankie and Epic Snuggle Bunny, and then finally when the TERRA came out, I was like, this looks so good, I can't pass up on it. So this is my first purchase of CKF, my first front flipper as well, and everything looks to be wonderful so far. A little bit dusty, but you know, probably some lint from the pouch itself. I've never handled a front flipper knife before, so I don't know if there's a method to kind of flick it open with this tab. I guess I'll have to practice, but I think for now I can actually deploy it using this thumb slot here, so I think I'll do just that. And that was quite simple. And wow, this is just super beautiful. I don't know how that happened, but I managed to get a thumbprint there. That's weird. And also I've got some oils here now. Damn it. Wow, this is just beautiful, everyone. So here is the lock bar, and that's the amount of lockups. Just beautiful construction. The detail on this is just crazy. And oh, that's nice. The tension is good, it's not too much. And let's check the detent. Oh, that's a nice detent. Hear that? I could use my middle finger to open it. I wonder if I could spidey flick it. Let's see. Ah, almost got it. So I guess I could spidey flick this. There, got it. Spidey flicked it open. I wonder if I could flick it open in my thumb. Let's see. Not possible. Feels like the Ferrum Forge Falcon. Not able to use my thumb to flick it open, but I could still use my middle finger with a little bit of practice. That's right. Let's try it with this flipper tab. I don't know if there's a way to do it. I think I'm supposed to hold it here like that, I think. Because, yeah, I'm supposed to open it like that, right? Let's try it. Take the leap of faith. Wish me luck. 3, 2, 1. Nah, I failed. Nah, I keep hitting myself here. but if I do it slow, I could open it, no problem. I guess I'll have to stick to Spidey flicking it open for now. So since I have it opened up and laid out like that, let's just give you guys a quick size comparison. A CRKT Pilar. I have the Forge Falcon that I used for the unboxing earlier. So you could see easily that the TERRA is the longest out of the three. Now let's put the Pilar away and let's take out something a little bit more traditional, and that is the Cold Steel Tie Light. Those of you who are familiar with the Cold Steel Tie Light, that is still longer than the CKF TERRA. So now I'm going to give you guys some specs. This particular TERRA, everyone, is from the first run, 1 out of 100 pieces made for the first run, and this one is in full titanium, including this insert over here. It is in titanium. They offer the inserts in other material like zirconium, Timascus, carbon fiber, but I went for a full titanium because look at that. Like the oils from my hand would already muddy up the colors, so imagine what it would look like if it was Timascus, you know what I mean? So that's one of the main reasons why I got this. Now the blade length is 3.54 inches and the overall length is 7.87 inches, and the blade thickness is 0.14 inches with a flat grind, and the edge is a plain edge, and the blade finish is something listed as CKF mirror wash. So I'm assuming that this is CKF's own style of getting a mirror polish kind of finish, but that is awesome. You can see my reflections here on my hand, which is pretty darn cool. That's quite nice. I can actually see my teeth in the reflection. Can you guys see it? So yes, now talking about the handle is made of titanium and it is of a right hand tip up configuration with a nice backspacer and a lanyard loop or lanyard slot. And the lock type, of course, is a liner lock and it is a front flipper, and I still got to get that whole... I can't do it yet. I got to practice, guys. I'm sorry, give me time, let me practice it off camera. But I think this Spidey flick is perfectly fine for me at this point of time. But yes, it is a liner lock, and this thing over here, this side, looks like it could be another liner lock. Maybe it's something to do with the tension to hold the blade in place. I don't know, you know, this Snecx and his crazy mind, his genius mind. So I'm really interested in the whole construction of this. Now I'm going to read this part of the website, and it's a little bit more information about the TERRA itself. And it says that this design is actually inspired by firearms, and the TERRA is put together and stays together without a single screw. Most knives utilize a layer style construction, but the TERRA employs a frame and a sub-chassis held together by unique pin style hardware, where the pieces interlock with one another to form a stable knife that stays centered and never loosens with use. So let's see, since they mentioned the word centered, let's see the centering on this, and it looks really good. It is just like leaning towards the shoulder side by just a hair. If you compare the backspacer and the blade, you can see what I mean. My goodness, this is just really good tolerances there. The fit and finish of this is really wonderful, and I love the way that this over here, the backspacer, is brushed at the top here, which gives it a nice reflective accent against this whole bead blasted body. The only downside really I feel is that this thing is bead blasted. Like, I personally don't like bead blasted finishes. I don't think that they look very good, but in this application I think it looks nice. It brings out the very dark grey color of titanium, and it accents very well with all the hardware, and everything looks machine finish with this brush finish over here. And of course the blade, very nicely mirror polished blade here. Pocket clip. Oh, the tension on the pocket clip is pretty good. It's not like the Saibu. You guys remember when I talked about the Saibu's pocket clip? It was just too tight. But this looks to be good. Just the right amount of tension. And it's awesome that there is an extra pocket clip here as well. Oh yeah, total weight. This thing is coming in just under 4 ounces. 3.98 ounces, which is pretty darn pocketable. And going back to the clip, this is not a deep carry clip, but it's gonna fit very well in your pocket. There is no flipper tab here, so it's not gonna have any pocket packers. I don't know how many people will actually put this in their pocket and carry it there, but I'm probably gonna try, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't try, I'll never know. I still gotta figure out how to flip open via front flipper tab. I just want to kind of make it rocket open, you know, like that. Like, this is so cool. I just want to be able to do it here. The ergos on this feels good. This part over here, this particular cutout, gives a pretty interesting texture where this actually kind of sits in to this groove, the back of my finger here. I don't know what this is called, the joint, and it provides a nice, I guess, a nice kind of a texture, a nice kind of feeling on my hand. And then jimping up here is good. for my thumb, and I can choke up on it just a little bit. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, I can choke up all the way till here, so it's pretty cool. Interesting. I think maybe because I'm wearing the ring, it might get in the way. I'll just remove this ring. Comfortable grip. Not too chunky. I think it's nice. And the fact that I could choke up on it, I like it. One hand, easy operation. So easy to deploy, easy to close up and fold, stow away in the pocket. Pretty cool. And if you guys are wondering, this cost 910 USD. I got it off the From Russia with Knives website, not the CKF website, because for some reason I'm not able to find this knife on the CKF website, but I am able to find it on the From Russia with Knives website. If you guys are interested, I'll put a link down in the description box below. Now I think they're offering the second run. I don't know if it's sold out, but I know the first run is definitely sold out, because if not, they wouldn't even start the second run, right? It is listed on the website as well that Snecx warns that the quick disassembly of the TERRA knife only comes with training. It's like a puzzle, he says. So after handling the PSYK S, where there were little, I guess, nuances about it, where if you pinch two pieces together or two parts together, it kind of loosens up an area for a pin. I'm interested in finding out what exactly would happen with this knife. So I kind of want to explore it and learn how to disassemble it and then check back in with you guys. But this right now, I'm just kind of in awe, and I'm very, very glad that I got on this pre-order. Also glad that I didn't get the other more high-end materials, because with my hands like that, I think I'm just gonna make it look even worse. But right now, this is just anodized blue titanium, and I think it works very well with the rest of the knife. CKF collaboration with Snecx, everyone. This is the TERRA knife. Okay, I just went to watch Dr. Franke's video on front flippers, and I have to say that I kind of think he's right. I'm not kind of looking for affirmation or confirmation, but I think I do need practice on how I can better, I guess, perform this front flip over here on this front flipper tab. It's something new for me, but really at this point of time, I am quite comfortable using my middle finger and giving it that spidey flick. What I really like about it is that these cutouts here on what looks like this pivot pin actually does offer me some grip. So I'll just kind of like pinch the pivot pin with my thumb and my index finger, then have my middle finger right there at this point over here, because that seems to be the most comfortable. Then just give it an upward flick and it just deploys like that. It just flies open, and it's really, really smooth. I like this action. It feels good. It feels really good. So yes, needless to say, I spent the last maybe about 20 minutes just fiddling with this, and I think I found the first step on how I should disassemble it. Of course, I got hints on which part is what because of these extra hardware that I received along with this knife, and this just, you know, the fact that I could twist this just tells me that this really is a pivot pin. So whether this is considered a screw or not, even though there are no screws, this is technically a screw. It is a custom screw, of course, but still, in my opinion, it's a screw. But honestly, the magic of this thing, you know, still being held together with no actual screws that you buy outside or just procure from somewhere else, is still very magical to me. And I decided that since I think I know how to disassemble this thing, I'm gonna try and do it right now. And this is all gonna be quick cuts, edited nicely to fit the music, but I must say that I am kind of glad that I actually handled the PSYK S spinner, because it was a Snecx collaboration with CKF. And I mentioned earlier that it's kind of like a puzzle in itself, where you actually squeeze two parts together and then you can actually remove a pin. That actually happened here as well, and I was just guessing that it is this pin that holds the clip down. I just had that gut feeling, and so I tried to push it inwards like that and it would move, and then I realized that if I kind of squeezed these parts down together, it would just loosen up. So you see that? So what I'm doing is I'm applying pressure to this show side scale downwards and the clip side scale upwards. So I'm just pinching like this on my left hand, index finger pushing downwards and my thumb pushing upwards. Then with my thumb, I'll just push it out and it should pop out just like that. Let me show that to you again. So just pinch it like that. Then it comes right out, see? So that's the first step. And then I'll just cut to the edits from here. Let's start. And there we have it. I've disassembled the TERRA. Complete disassembly with no use or aid of any tools. You could see that here are the washers and the bearings, but the extra bearings that are included are slightly different in the sense that the cages are of a different material. These extra cages, I believe, are made of possibly nylon, but the actual cage that was in the knife looks like it's a steel cage. But of course it is ceramic bearings, so still very smooth anyway. And I think I know why there are these extra T6 torque screws, and that's to hold the inlay piece down. So that means there's a possibility for you to actually change out inlays if you have more than just this. Maybe you could consider making your own inlays, I don't know. Just wanted to point out some interesting things like these. There are some ceramic ball bearings in the tension and the detent. So this side is kind of like for tension, I guess, to kind of space the knife out. And then this is the actual detent side, because you can see the jimping here. This one is for the lock mechanism. There's a liner lock part. So this one actually is on the right side of the blade. Interesting. So it kind of locks up like that over here. But then there is still this one over here with a tension. See, this is already bent. So this slot here sits in like that. And then you see that tension that it provides. I think this is to kind of help center the knife. That could be it. But this is nice. I love all these motifs. And the hidden thing here, this is the sneaky one. Didn't even think to actually use this as the actual tool to fit in here to undo the pivot. This is smart, man. This is smart. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and remove this and see what this actually does. Yeah, I was right. You could see the blue anodized titanium inside. Probably just kind of tap it out. Nope. Guess I'll have to push it out. Oh, there we go. Pushed it out. So that's the inlay, guys, and there's even some lubrication that seeped in. There we go. So if I really don't dig this bead blasted finish, I could technically just now stone wash this piece, because I don't have to worry about the lock bar and everything. And the stone wash is going to come out very nicely on this side, because there's not a lot of like nooks and crannies, a lot of nice flat areas over here. I think that would turn out very beautifully. Very nicely done, I must say. Very, very nicely done. Or I got it the wrong side, see? So you gotta line it according to this grind, the contours here. I've got a little scratch here because of the pocket clip. Now I'm gonna assemble everything back, I suppose, and then just fast forward through the whole thing and then talk a little bit more about the aesthetics. So I'm gonna just clean this thing up and then reassemble it. Here we go. There we have it. I disassembled and reassembled the CKF Snecx TERRA, and I gotta say that it was quite fun, like a puzzle piece. The sneakiest part has to be that hidden tool that is this pocket clip itself. So that was really, really cool. I love the fact that I was able to kind of figure this out. Just this part over here, this is the most interesting for me. I really like that a lot. Under normal usage, this would not pop out. Everything just came apart nicely. It was a lot of lubrication, you guys saw. So I cleaned it up and re-lubed it a little bit. But you know, this is gonna be temporary. I'm just in the midst of ordering some nano oil, so I'm gonna use that. And also, like I mentioned earlier, the fact that these inlays are customizable, just removable as long as you have the right tools to remove it, is also another plus point in my opinion. Because who knows, maybe CKF or maybe Snecx might actually release different materials for this inlay. Who knows? All in all, I think the aesthetics of this is really, really beautiful. It's because I actually took everything apart that I started to realize there was this theme going on, this pill shape design. I guess maybe Snecx was giving hints, I suppose, because you actually have this, you have this, and of course the slot for the clip itself is also in the pill shape design. I like it, and all these lines flow very well. I love these contouring over here. I know I didn't talk about all of these earlier, but I really started to appreciate it once I actually took it apart. And this is also clean. Like, I love the way it looks just like that. See, it's such a clean look, and especially when it's deployed, this whole shape over here, this arch is just, this is just beautiful. And you can see that the lock bar is protruding out a little bit, so there's an indent here, but it's easy for you to reach into the lock bar and to push it down. So tension is not too strong, it's just nice, and the detent feels good enough that you'll be able to launch it really quick. This thing just flies out like that. Nice. I'm gonna have to practice the front flipper tab thing. All in all, really fun, really well thought out, and very, very beautifully executed. The only main downside that I could see right now is this part over here where the backspacer is. The backspacer itself is a little bit sharp right there. You know, of course this is gonna sit in your pocket, you know, like that, and it's sticking up, and by right, your right hand should not be rubbing against it, but this part is protruding out. So if you're wearing jeans, you know, because jeans pockets are kind of up facing versus standard trouser pockets which are sideways. So if you're wearing jeans, then this part is going to be sticking out of the pocket, so just be careful. You might scrape yourself this way, and this is no joke, it's really, really sharp. It is titanium, and it is a very, very defined edge after all, so just be careful. Of course, also on the flip side, if you somehow manage to put your finger here and pull, you might snag yourself on the tip of the blade because it's not that far off. And yes, I can actually feel my finger touching the tip. See that? Right there. So I don't even have to apply that much pressure. I can actually touch the blade tip, which is another point of concern. But from the aesthetic point of view, this is just beautiful. This whole section over here, this is the dangerous part. This is the hot spot. So just wanted to point that out to you guys. Also, I realized the ball bearings, this one doesn't actually fit. I tried it just now off camera. Also, the ball bearings that you guys saw that was included in the knife, or basically was installed with the knife, those ball bearings actually can be removed. I realized as I was kind of removing some of the lubrication that I actually popped out a couple of the actual ball bearings in there. So that's kind of worrying. If you actually lose it, you know, you might not be able to find some extras. Maybe the reason why this bearing disc is included is because the idea is to pop out the actual bearings from this particular cage if you lose any bearings from that cage that was installed in the TERRA, because those ball bearings are actually really loose. Like, you could literally shift them up and down, or up and out, I suppose, and then it could just drop out at any point of time. So maybe this was included as a replacement, and I'm gonna assume that is the most logical thing to do, because these ball bearings, or the cages here at least, are, I believe, custom made for this TERRA itself. So it's really nice to have everything specially custom made for just this particular knife. And basically that's it. Thank you everyone for sticking through and watching all the way throughout from start to end. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sharing in this slice of my life. This is something that I've been looking forward to. I skipped on the Buster by Snecx because that one was a little bit too chunky for my liking, but I really liked his IFS 20 concept that he put on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description box as well. That's it everyone. Thank you so much once again. I'll catch all of you in the next episode, whatever it is, and Gaga Boost!